All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PreStream podcast. Today is really freaking early. Today is Sunday, June 12th, 2022. I'm Darkside Phil, and I welcome you here to the PreStream that is running, no exaggeration, almost 2 hours early than for when I would usually do it, okay? Why am I doing the PreStream at this ungodly hour? Well, I'll tell you why. Because today is the Xbox and Bethesda game showcase. And you guys wanted me to do a live react. So I'm doing this because of you. You've done this to me. You have forced me to be awake this ungodly early hour. Let me tell you, I'm looking outside. The sun has not risen yet. The worms have not jumped out of the ground for the early birds to eat. All right? This is ridiculous. I don't know what you guys are thinking. Getting me up at this. You know, I'm 40 years old. I just turned 40 in early April. And I need my ugly sleep. If I don't get my ugly sleep, how am I supposed to stay so ugly? If I keep getting up early, in 2 or 3 days, I might wake up looking like John Stamos or Brad Pitt or something. All right? We can't have that. So, I need to basically get back to sleep as soon as possible. All right? But, anyway, so it's about 9:07 a.m. here in Washington State where I live. And so, I'm rushing to get ready today. And I'm in my kitchen. And everyone in the house is asleep but me. My wife is asleep. Jasper's asleep. All of our children are asleep. What? No. My wife is asleep and Jasper's asleep. For a change, I wake up before Jasper, which is very rare. Usually Jasper wakes me up, but I'm up before everyone. All right, and I'm kind of rushing because basically I had my clock set for a certain time, and I must have. You know what happens when when it's not the usual time to get up or you're tired. You sleep through it. Like, shit. So I slept like 15 minutes through when I was supposed to get up. So I'm rushing now, okay? So I'm in my kitchen. I'm making coffee. I'm making a microwave burrito. And I keep eyeballing the clock nervously. I'm like, I don't have enough time. I got to hurry. So I don't wait. And I start eating the burrito way too hot. It's like, it's burning my mouth. Like the molten cheese. It's like an eggs. It's like, that's the roof of my mouth. It hurts. So hold on. Let me wash it down with this coffee. Oh, the coffee is scalding hot. Like, So it definitely got me moving and woke me up for all the wrong reasons. So now my mouth is completely numb, both my tongue and the roof of my mouth, from eating things that were way too hot instead of letting them cool down. Okay. Now I did take allergy meds today. The last few this whole week I haven't been taking them because it's actually been like rainy and cool outside and there hasn't been that much pollen in the air. And then I woke up yesterday and all of a sudden it was sunny again and it started again. I'm like, oh god. By the end of yesterday, like my allergies were really bothering me again, like my throat. So what did I do? Forgot to take them before I went to sleep. So I woke up today, full nasal drip going on. It's happening right now. Full on nasal drip attack. And I'm like, dude, I have to do a live react. I have to talk like a lot. And my throat sucks. And I have nasal drip. And now my mouth is completely burnt. So we're off to a good start. Anyway, welcome to those of you who are here live, all 200 of you in climbing, for a nice early pre-stream podcast. Now, as I told you guys, this is going to be a abridged show. I only have about a half an hour to talk with you guys today because the show is going to start roughly around 9:45 a.m. Pacific time. That's when they start running, like their countdown to the show. And we're going to watch it here live. I'm going to do a live react to it. They're estimating the show will be around 90 minutes long. So if they're correct, then it means that the show will be running till like around 11:30 a.m.-ish. And if that is the case, then we will I'll live react to it and then take a quick break, probably like a 15-minute break after it ends, and then come back, and I'm going to do my recap reactions. Now, my recap reactions is different than the live react because what I do is I go over all the things we just saw in a summary. It's me talking rather than you seeing it actually for yourself. And then I give you my actual thoughts on each thing that I saw in the presentation when I have a little bit more time for them to make an impression on me. You know, when you're doing a live react, basically you don't have a lot of time to think about anything. You're just giving your immediate reaction to what you're seeing, as opposed to when I do my recap reactions, all those things that I saw have had time to sink in and formulate some impressions in my head, so I usually have a lot more to say about them by the time that I do the recap reactions. You know, was it good? Was it bad? You know, what was my take on it, etc. Okay? So, I'll be doing all of that. If the show really is 90 minutes long, you know, then do the math. Likely will be done by around 2 p.m. Pacific time. Will I be ending early? Well, what I may do is at the very tail end of it, maybe do a little bit of Q&A. But likely, yeah, I will be ending this stream early, which is fine. First of all, I'm tired as shit. You know, like I was just, I was basically up so early compared to when I'm usually up. You know, probably, I'm trying to think like what time I got up versus what time I usually get up. Probably almost a 2-hour difference. So I'm tired. Like, I'm really tired right now. By the time I'm done, I might want to pass out and take a nap. I mean, I'm an old man. Guys, you got to understand. Once you hit 40 years old, that's it. You're over the hill. And it's all downhill from here. Like, you really... you know, I'm gonna have to get right back to sleep. Rip Van Winkle Phil. So... Hooey. All right. So... Very quickly, let's cover a few quick topics, shall we, before we head into the live react. So first of all, FYI, big variety, not only today, but this whole coming week. So today it's this event, live react to the Xbox Bethesda showcase, and then my recap reactions, and then I'll end the stream. Tonight on the late stream, it is more of The Quarry, which actually picked up in a big way yesterday. If you weren't here yesterday to see the stream of The Quarry, the game got way better. It's a shame it took, sadly, 6 hours to get really good, because it did. Once they started doing this kind of a war dump, this segment that was about 2 hours long that really explained all the backstory, what was going on in the game, and now that you know what's going on, it's actually a lot more interesting. It's called world building. Like, they build all the rules of the world of what's going on in this supernatural element, and now that you know the rules, now you're interested to see how that's going to continue, you know. I do really wish that had happened a little bit earlier, but hey, it's happening now, and it's actually really good. So I'm actually excited for that tonight. Are we beating it tonight? No way. We still got at least 3 to 4 chapters plus the epilogue, so there's no way we're beating it tonight. But I'm definitely interested in seeing what happens in the next 2 hours. That's the late stream tonight, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. Okay, tomorrow we got a lot of variety. First of all, the first stream of tomorrow is something completely different. We'll be checking out the new tiers in Sony's new PlayStation Plus premium service. There's 2 new tiers. Originally, there was just PlayStation Plus, the service, every month. But now with the 2 new tiers, you get access to so many new free games, demos, streaming of PS3 games, and all this stuff that used to be part of PS Now has fused with PS Plus. So tomorrow, I'm going to get the highest tier service on my PlayStation 5, and we're going to explore it together for about 2 hours. We're going to download some games, try them out, and see how they run. We're going to try this PS3 streaming service, see what demos are available, and essentially just mess around with it for a couple of hours, all right? Now, what will happen is I'm sure some stuff on there, we may be intrigued and actually plan on playing it as like a full playthrough, all right? But other stuff we may just be messing around. Think of it like how I did those Game Pass exploration streams. It's pretty much exactly what this is going to be. This is a PS Plus premium exploration stream. All right? Should be entertaining. Now, all that's going to go on hold at 3 p.m. Pacific time because at that time, Capcom is doing their own 30-minute showcase where they're going to add further emphasis and additional information to some of the games and announcements that they've had over the past week or so during all these other events. I'm assuming we're going to get a lot more information on Resident Evil 4 Remake and maybe they will be summarizing a lot of the information that's been spread about Street Fighter 6 in one place, because a lot of the stuff that they've been doing has not been at a major conference, but instead these like little informative videos and things that they've kind of tossed on the internet here and there, but there's no one centralized place for it. Maybe this will be it, okay? So, yes, I will be doing a reaction to that tomorrow at 3 p.m., and yes, I'll be doing my recap reactions immediately following, so that'll be the tail end of the first stream. And then tomorrow night's late stream, my final consecutive stream of the week, will be more of, if not the conclusion of the Quarry, okay, on the late stream. There you go. Then I'll be off on Tuesday, all right? I hope that you all have a good day on Tuesday as usual, away from my content. I'm sure many people will be getting caught up on all of the content over the course of that day. And when I come back on Wednesday, it's basically leftovers day. And what I mean by that is I'm trying to finish up the ongoing playthroughs that I've been doing for a bit so that they're done with, so that we can move on to full-fledged new stuff for the rest of the week. So the first stream on Wednesday will be WWE 2K22 My Rise mode, which we haven't played now for a week because I was busy with all the new stuff this last week. And we're going to finish it up. Not to say that we're going to do every plot line, but I feel like we're kind of at the logical stopping point for the My Rise mode. We've already beaten every major champion in the game, held every major title, and now it's time to do some maybe post-game style plot lines until we wrap it up. All right? So that should be good. And then the late stream on Wednesday is the conclusion of Uncharted 2, which I left at a big cliffhanger ending last week and never had a chance to get back to it. We're going to finish that up on Wednesday night. So again, finishing up both playthroughs on Wednesday. Now on Thursday, there's a new game. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, as we know, is coming out on Game Pass on Thursday, which is exciting because I love the Ninja Turtles arcade games that came out back in the day. I've actually told you guys this, but the Ninja Turtles arcade games are the games that literally got me to start going to arcades for the first time. Before then, I was just playing like Atari games at home, but the Ninja Turtle arcade games blew me away with their quality and how good they looked. So we're going to be doing that as the main highlight stream on Thursday, which is the 16th, June 16th. I'm losing all of my sorts here when it comes to dates and stuff because of all the crazy amount of stuff that's been coming out recently. So anyway, yes, Thursday, June 16th, TMNT Shredder's Revenge on the first stream, and then some Skyrim on the late stream as we continue on with the Dawnguard DLC, okay? Then on Friday, it's going to be more exploration of PlayStation Plus, and this time around, the entire stream will be dedicated to it. Likely picking and choosing some games and trying them out for, little segments, half-an-hour segments for a few games, different ones, see what they are. Similar to, again, how we did with Game Pass. So it could be games that I've played before and seeing how they run and seeing if I can remember about anything about these classic games, or it could be games I never played before and I just want to see what they are too, just kind of messing around with them. Okay? So, that's the main stream. And then, Friday night is the final ever stream. Friday Night Fights, old school Street Fighter fun. Yes, it's the last hurrah and the goodbye send-off to the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. Bye-bye. Bye. See ya. So long. After 4 years, it'll be bittersweet. Because, yes, I've played this collection for 4 freaking years. And enjoyed it, for the most part. At the same time, it's time to move on. The collection is an unfinished mess. And I'm happy that we'll be moving on to something that should be a lot more functional in the Capcom Fighting Collection the week after. Alright. So that's the schedule for the week. Outside of that, I don't really have much else to talk about. All I will say is I'm going to adhere to the same rules during this Xbox and Bethesda showcase as I did during Summer Game Fest a couple days ago. So allow me to lay out those rules for you. All right? Excuse me. Pop-ups and everything on the stream will be enabled. So if you contribute during the Xbox Bethesda showcase, all right, and you qualify for one of those on-screen pop-ups, you'll still see it. Okay? However, since I'll be hyper-focused on the event, all right, I'm going to try to update the leaderboard as much as I can between the announcements, but there's no guarantee that I'm going to be able to. And in fact, what I'm going to say is I'm not promising you that I'm going to update any of the leaderboards or anything until after the event ends, all right? If you guys contribute right now, okay, like before it starts, in the next half hour or so, I will give you a shout out. I will update the leaderboard. We'll get that done. But once the event starts and I'm doing the live reaction, excuse me, I don't want to get distracted and then miss out on something and not fully comment on it or whatever, miss a detail, because I'm constantly looking at contributions and shouting out and stuff like that, okay? So just so you know, to make it known, because what happened the last time was a few people contributed and they were like, why isn't Phil reacting? Why isn't he saying anything? All right? Now, once the showcase ends and my live reactions have ended, there will be a segment where I'm actually going to fully shout out all of your contributions and update the leaderboards and everything all in one swoop. All right? So don't worry, rest assured, if you contribute and support the streams today in any way, you're going to get credit, but I would ask that you be kind of patient so that way we're not derailing the entire React event in order to just do shout outs, okay? I hope that makes sense. You know, there's kind of no point to doing a live reaction if I'm distracted when I'm doing the reaction, right? Okay. I will be recording likely in segments, and what I mean by that is the live reaction may be split up into segments so that way it avoids any kind of copyright issues on YouTube. Let me give you an example. When I was watching Summer Game Fest, there was a trailer for Black Adam, okay? There was a bunch of licensed music and stuff like that. So what I did is I split it up into 3 videos. Even though the show was around 2 hours long and it easily could have been one live react video, by splitting it up into 3, I actually completely avoided copyright issues. I really don't understand why. It's very odd because my archived raw stream of Summer Game Fest was claimed like 7 times for both music and for that Black Adam trailer. Yet my separate videos that I released didn't get claimed at all. I'm completely at a loss. I don't know how the unsplit stream got claimed and not the split videos, but it worked. All right, I don't know. You tell me. You know, we all know how weird and wonky YouTube's claim system is. So that's good news. Obviously, it worked. Splitting the videos definitely worked. So I'm going to try to do that here. So if you're watching this on demand after the fact, and you're like, I don't understand, if it's only a 90-minute event, why are there 2 or 3 videos for it? That's why. Now, when I do my recap reactions afterward, which has no licensed content, no copywritten content, no trademark content, it's just me talking to the camera, that will all be one video, okay? Okay. I hope that makes sense. All right, so what I'll do now, very briefly do shout-outs, considering we have 1 contribution only. There's not going to be many shout-outs here. So I'll do that quick, and then what we'll do is maybe open it up to a little bit of Q&A, see what you guys think maybe we're going to see today on this showcase, and go from there. Right? Okay. All right. So our first contribution of today is from Ebe, who did a $20 super chat, says Xbox or PS5. Honestly, I feel like both consoles perform equally when it comes to graphics, excuse me, and the light. I don't know why I'm putting a dollar amount on there. It really comes down, right now, comes down to 2 factors. Factor number 1, exclusives, and factor number 2, subscription services, right? So, if you absolutely want to play the new Demon's Souls, right, the PS5 remake of it, or not Jack and Daxter, wow, Ratchet and Clank, or Returnal, right? I can keep going. But if you want to play those Sony exclusive games, obviously PS5 is your weapon of choice here. But on the flip side of that, maybe you think Halo Infinite is good, or maybe you think that excuse me, that some of these cool indie style games that have released on Xbox in the last year and a half are really good. And maybe you're going to want to go for the Xbox Series X or S, right? Now, subscription-based services, up to this point, Game Pass has always had the edge. Game Pass has given superb value to the consumer, all right? Personally, every month that I've had Game Pass, I made good use of it. Whether it's as simple as, oh, I'm playing Skyrim, or, oh, look at all these cool new releases, like this week I'll be playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, right? Or whether it's some of the other games that are kind of hidden gems under the Game Pass umbrella that normally I would never try out or play, and then I try them out, I'm like, wow, this game is significantly good, and I end up doing playthroughs of them, like The Forgotten City. That's a good example of that, okay? But that may change. That may literally change as now, on Monday, tomorrow, the new PlayStation Plus tiers launch. And it's similar, although in my opinion, I've already talked about this, I don't think that it's meant to be a direct competitor. It doesn't have all of the features as Game Pass. For example, it's not going to have day one huge new releases, although it's funny, because they said that. They said, it will not have any day one releases like Game Pass does, and then they immediately announced, oh, Stray is going to be under the new PlayStation service in July. It's like, wait, what? You said it wasn't going to have any new releases, and now you've announced a new release that'll be under it. So it's confusing. It's like almost Sony's like changing their minds on the fly, or maybe it's because they already got so much criticism. People saying, this new PlayStation service is just not equivalent to Game Pass, and they're feeling they're so behind that now they're going to go back on their word and actually add stuff. I don't know. I guess it remains to be seen, right? But anyway, yeah, I mean, we're about to have a head-to-head showdown between the two subscription services, and it'll be up to the consumer. It'll be the eye of the beholder, as they say, to determine which one has more value for you. That's why I'm excited to get that this week and explore it with you guys. And personally, together we'll see what's on there and what's the value of the new PlayStation Plus tiers, right? As for actual features of the consoles, in my opinion, I do like the Xbox controller better than the PlayStation 5. I think it has a little bit more of a natural feel and form factor in your hands, and it has less weight. The PS5 controller is quite weighty because it has the built-in battery. This one is very light because it just uses standard AA's. Of course, I use a battery pack, and it weighs just about the same as two AA's. It's a very light controller, and I like the grip on the Xbox controller. It's a lot more sturdy of a grip because you can have these little micro bumps on it than the one that's on the PlayStation 5 controller. Although some people would argue they like PS5 better because it has haptic feedback and it has the DualSense features. Personally, as I've told you guys, the vast majority of games that I have played on PS5, I barely even notice those features. Like, I'll just start playing a game, and in the first couple of hours, maybe I'll notice, oh, there's, vibration in the controller that's kind of unique, or, something unique to that haptic feedback of the triggers, right? The triggers, maybe you have adaptive triggers. But within playing any game within an hour or two, I forget all about it. And it just becomes kind of a common thing that's not a big deal. I'm certainly not playing any game specifically on PS5 because the game has haptic feedback. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like, I think that it's a nice feature for, like, a minute and then you forget about it. So I don't think that's a selling point at all. I would definitely say one of the things that's a huge advantage for me personally that probably would never affect any of you are the surround sound features. And what I mean by that is the Xbox Series S and X have by default surround sound out when it comes to the audio because they have dual audio out. What that means is I can do stereo sound through the HDMI port, so you guys have audio here on my streams and videos, but I'm getting surround sound simply by plugging in the headphones into the controller. You can't do that on PlayStation. On PlayStation, if you plug any headphones into the controller, it stops doing audio out of the console, so you guys would hear nothing. It'd be silent. I mean, it's literally just simple ease of use. It's a feature that was always present. The dual audio out was always present in consoles of the last two console generations, and it's something that Sony decided not to do on PS5. I don't know if they were just cutting corners to save money. It's just ludicrous to me that they took out something major that I've always used. So when I play anything on Xbox, I get surround sound. When I play stuff on PS5, I get glorified stereo, which doesn't sound nearly as good. I mean, I told you guys some examples. For example, when I played the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, the sound just sounds kind of meh on PS5. And then when I play it on Xbox, all the music and everything sounds outstanding. You could hear all that Q sound, virtual surround. And I'm like, wow, I feel like I'm in the arcade playing it when I play it on Xbox. But the thing is, again, in reality, you guys probably don't feel that. Because if you're not a streamer like me, you're never going to see the difference. You're only having one audio out going to your ears, so you don't give a crap, right? For me, it's actually an issue. So anyway, in general, I feel like the consoles are kind of equivalent. It really depends on the exclusives, and perhaps we will see now, once the new PS Plus tiers launch, you know, what is the advantage, what are the features, and all of that, and try to directly compare then, I guess. But, yeah, I think they're kind of neck and neck at this point. I don't really see one having giant headway over the other or anything like that. Okay? Okay. Obsolete Boy just did a super chat. Says, thoughts on the rumors so far. New Banjo-Kazooie, a GoldenEye remaster, more back-compat titles. So much to look forward to. I think it's pretty much solidified that even if we don't see it at this show, that we're going to get a new GoldenEye soon. And the reason I say that is because it leaked. Excuse me, I can't stop burping. It leaked that there's going to be an achievements list for a GoldenEye game. And people are assuming this means if it's GoldenEye, it's probably just going to be either a remake or a reimagining of the original GoldenEye game from N64 for modern consoles. So I think that's a given. I mean, maybe they won't talk about it today. Maybe they will. But that's just kind of a given that it's coming. As for everything else is pure speculation based on just wishfulness. You know, I've heard so many people like, oh, I can't wait to hear about Wolfenstein 3. But there's literally no evidence we will see anything about a Wolfenstein 3 today. None. It's just that there hasn't been a Wolfenstein game in a while, so people are just guessing, oh, Wolfenstein today, you know? So I guess we'll see. I don't know, you know, can I speculate? Sure, I can speculate. Will we get something New Gears of War? Maybe. It's been a couple years, or 3 years, 2 years since the last one. Yeah, it would be about time to be announcing another one. So I don't see why not, but at the same time, I wouldn't be disappointed if they don't announce it. You know what I mean? Will there be crap with Halo Infinite? Of course there will be. Sadly, most people won't care anymore, but I'm sure they're going to talk about Halo Infinite at some point. I mean, we all know what we want. We want Starfield. We have no idea what the hell the game is. It was supposed to go out in November, got delayed. We at least want to know what the hell the game is at this point. Give us an expose on Starfield, showing gameplay elements, showing us what we're going to be doing in the game, and why we want to play it. Not just, oh, it's a hyped Bethesda game and we're just supposed to like it because it's Bethesda. That's ridiculous. Tell us what the fucking game is, right? So, yeah, a lot of speculation. I don't know. I actually don't know what they're going to show at this showcase. I have no clue. But I hope it's good. It's 90 minutes long, so hopefully there's some good stuff in there. Marcus Venus collection apparently has been completely debunked. Yeah, there was this rumor that they were going to do a Marcus Venus collection, similar to how they did the Master Chief collection for Halo. It was supposed to be the first 3 Gears of War games redone and in its collection. And then all of a sudden there was a report like a day or two ago stating, oh no, it will not be at the showcase, to which one of the guys who's like one of the head-ups at Xbox tweeted, he's like, it was never a thing, it doesn't exist. People made it up. Spawn Killer Super Chase is Fable. I mean, yeah, we know they're making a new Fable game. It's been reported that a new Fable game is definitely in the works. So there's gonna be Fable. We just don't know, you know, when or what kind. Will it be similar to the previous Fable games or not? I don't know. Give me a second. I did take an allergy pill, but as I told you guys, my post-nasal drip is really bad today. I want to blow my nose quickly because it's actually bothering me pretty bad. Let me just do this quickly and get it out of the way. Ugh. Wow. Wow, a whole boll weevil just came out of my nostril. Holy shit. Alright, much better. Who knew I had a boll weevil living in there? It's weird. Okay. Kagome, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, so last night I uploaded all my new episodes of The Quarry to DSPGaming on YouTube, and YouTube had nothing but problems processing these videos. I have no idea why, but part 6 in particular, a lot of people were telling me they couldn't watch it, and I kept checking it. Like, even by the time that I was done with my late stream and I was heading out of this office, the video was still showing his processing. Apparently, it finally finished overnight, and now people are saying it's fine, they can watch it now, so that's good. Okay. So, anything else quickly? Guys, we've got about 10 minutes left before I'm going to swap over and get ready for the Xbox Bethesda showcase. Any questions or anything you guys want to talk about? Expand Dog says, howdy. Now that Xbox owns Crash Bandicoot, one of the big rumors is something Crash related will be happening. It will most likely be a spin-off that is not racing. Okay. Crash Bandicoot puzzle game would be interesting, right? What do they call it? The Mumbo Fruit? The Mumbo Fruit maze game. I don't know. Oh, God, a Mumbo Fruit mobile game. Oh, no. Mobile game. That would be amazing. No, yeah, right. Is the Quarry living up to my expectations? The whole first, like, it's not Mumbo Fruit's Wumpa Fruit, apparently. The first 6 hours, like, literally, no. It's been boring. And then all of a sudden, yesterday, it got really good. Around hour 7. And now I actually can't wait to play it tonight, so it's definitely had a turnaround. Ron Cooper says, you heard of rumors about New Vegas 2? No, I have not. I mean, the only thing I heard is that there's possibility that there is a New Vegas 2 in development, but I haven't heard anything else outside of that. So if you have anything more specific, no, I haven't heard that. I've only heard that it's possibly in development. That's it. Okay. What games are you hoping to see in today's Xbox and Bethesda showcase? Like I said, I have no idea. I really don't know what we're going to see. I think that's a good thing that we're going into it without any, like, determined stuff. It's good to go into it and just be, like, open-minded and hope that there's going to be good stuff announced. The only thing I want some good games that are going to be Game Pass day one. I want them to continue the value that Game Pass has had up to this point. I want to keep that as a running thing. I don't want to see diminishing returns on being a Game Pass subscriber. So I hope that they can keep up with that. Oh, what's up, Camaro Lover? He says, just want to say hi before the event starts. Yes, hello. Again, quick reminder, everyone. Once I start with the actual live react, it's going to be just like I did with the Summer Game Fest. Yes, you'll be able to contribute if you'd like, and yes, there'll be pop-ups for your contributions, but I'm not going to really be responding to them or doing any updates to the leaderboard or whatever until after the react ends. Once the event ends, then I'll be doing a segment where I give all full shout-outs for your contributions. I update the leaderboard and the like. So if you want to get a contribution in, please do it right now in the next minute or so. Let's get them all up front done, because it's all going to go on hold for like an hour to 2 hours until this event's over. And then I'll get caught up afterward, okay? Good morning, Guts. Well, thank you, Connor. Yeah, last night I put out a very short video, like 2 minutes, just basically saying thanks to everyone recently for your support because, in particular, in the last, month or so, there's been multiple situations where basically I needed some support, for various reasons. The week that I was getting paid by YouTube last month, the YouTube payment was delayed because it was on a weekend and they delayed it several days. People supported me during that weekend, so I had funds to do stuff. Last weekend I did an entire day that was demonetized and then had a slow day after. I was like, and then people rallied and helped me out, so I just want to say thanks. You guys usually are here with very few exceptions, you guys rally when I need help with stuff, and you support me when I need the support, and I really, really appreciate that. I want you to know that. Like, I feel like you have my back, and certainly, there's sometimes that there's fluctuations and there's ups and downs and all that. I mean, that's life, but for the most part, you know, you guys are along this awesome journey with me, right? And you know, we get to do all the special stuff. The reason I'm doing stuff like I'm doing today is because of your feedback and you're supporting me and wanting to see me branch out and do different kinds of things, you know. And I really like that. So I just made that video literally just to say thanks. And most people like the video, and of course, my fucking haters can't stand it. But I don't give a fuck about them. I care about you guys. Rob on Wheels did a tip, first tip of the day, $5, and he says, highly intrigued by Ubisoft's absence this week. I mean, it is true. Ubisoft has had absolutely nothing. And they even said they're not doing their own event. So, do they just have nothing to really present or talk about right now? Is that the case? Will they, at some point, drop a bombshell on us of a bunch of new stuff they're working on, and they're going to do their own thing at a later date? It's like they opted out of participating this whole week, right? There's been nothing. So you got to wonder. You got to wonder what's going on with them. I wonder. Okay. Little Crow X VTuber. This super chat saying, I'm hoping for more info on Elder Scrolls 6. I mean, I think we all are, but you got to temper your expectations. Starfield's their next thing over at Bethesda. And I'm just going to say Little Crow X because that's the consistent part of his name that he doesn't change. Yeah, so I think we're going to have a lot on Starfield because that's their next game. And maybe a tease of Elder Scrolls 6, but I don't think we're going to get anything solid on Elder Scrolls 6 today. I think we're still years out from that, sadly. Yes, Derek, the last couple of weeks, these Street Fighter streams have been quite good. I agree with you. Great matches and consistent connections and very little trolling. Am I pumped for Shredder's Revenge? Yes, I am. I'm excited for it. Nathan Smith did a super chat saying, their next game will be Amazing Frog 2. Wow. Wow. There you have it. Amazing Frog 2. We've all been waiting. Heated anticipation for the sequel to the game that changed the world. Right? The most unlikely game to be revealed for this event, says Benson, for this event, God of War Ragnarok. It's a Sony game. There you go. There's absolutely zero chance they'll be talking about a Sony exclusive on the Xbox Bethesda Showcase. There you go. The show should be starting any minute now. Last chance for a quick, if you want to contribute and get a shout out now. Because once we go to the live react, you know, that's all going to freeze. So last chance, everybody. Yeah, Derek, I don't know if there's going to be one set host for this show or if they're going to jump between hosts, right? It could be Phil Spencer, but it could be other people. It could be a combination. I don't know. Don't know. Could be. I think that Todd Howard will be there for Bethesda stuff. Can I play every Sonic game? I don't know. I don't know if that's even possible. Can I play every one? I'm currently sitting in a queue on the official Xbox channel. Over 33,000 people are sitting here with me to watch this event. But it's not live yet. You would think, it says premieres in 14 minutes. You would think it's going to go live in just a minute here. Spectre says he's enjoying the new React content. He's glad he could be here live. I'm glad to have you. Welcome. Up to 34,000 people waiting along with me. Well, do I think they'll showcase the new Perfect Dark game? Ooh, no. There hasn't been anything Perfect Dark in so long. Who knows? No, I've not seen Everything Everywhere All at Once. No. Boy, is it my first time streaming this early? I have no idea. I don't really document that kind of stuff. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't know. Like I said, certainly I'm tired. Ugh. The caffeine is starting to kick in now that I had my coffee, so I'm starting to feel a little better. But yeah, I feel definitely super tired, man. Excuse me. Like I said, I might have to end early here and take a nice nap because I'm so old. I need the nap. $6.72 to be $6.72. It was almost 7 years ago today. They made the breaking announcement of Fallout 4. Even bigger news, it was dropping in November of 2015. It would be nice to get a new title with a quick release like they did those years back. Yeah, I remember. Remember, we officially agreed together. That was the best E3 press conference ever done because it was hit after hit, announcement after announcement, and then the bombshell that Fallout 4 was coming in just a few months when previously we didn't even have an official announcement of the game. I mean, that was just, I don't know how you could beat that, honestly. And I think that was also the year they announced the new Doom reboot. And there was the Fallout Shelter release that happened immediately on mobile devices. It was like everything at once, right? Little Crow did another super chat, says boomer nap. Exactly, except I'm not a boomer, but I understand the reference. Yeah, I seriously might need one. I'm tired, man. Like I said, I had to get up like about 2 hours early this morning for this, but it's not like I fell asleep 2 hours early. I could, I'm on a set schedule. My body's used to doing certain things, so I wasn't tired. I went to bed basically the usual time. And I had to get up 2 hours early, and I'm like, oh my God. I feel like shit. Okay. So the show still hasn't started. It's bizarre. There's no pre-roll for this show right now. It's just a steady frame. Here's what we'll do. Let's end the pre-stream. Let's switch over so we're ready to go. So the moment this goes live, we're ready. Okay. Thanks for watching. If you watch this on demand, thanks for watching. Sorry for the abridged show. But it's time to get to business. All right? Excellent.